She was like rubbing it off. It's like, if you rub it any harder, it's gonna pop.
We're actually staying in the property tonight. I'm going to test it out.
We need a 200mm step in from that point.
Because it goes that way. So normally, whatever way the cover sits.
My plan consultant. The next step now is to do.
The guy came back to head of planning and said sorry.
As you can see, it's all been cut down. That could present a potential issue because biodiversity.
So up here cleaning these windows. There's Ellis. What's he looking at? That's a nice little property. Oh, not working anymore, is he?
Just a bit of a mad rush at the moment. Last little touches. The apartment's coming down. Should be here any second now. So we're literally trying to do the final little blitz. Just to make it look as presentable as possible.
So many times I've been watching you, and now I fell in love with you. So many times I'm watching you, and now I fell in love with you. So many times.
Hey there.
Oh mate, it was banging. So we had the head planning out, all of the councillors out. They loved the property. And they recently all just voted on one of our applications around the corner, and it was like tight going through, but they accepted it, obviously. It means that now they know what we're about, they know the quality, they know the brand, and the head of planning even said that one of the complaints they received when they accepted the application is, they were like, why are you accepting this application? It's terrible. And he said, go and check them out. The guy came back to the head of planning and said, sorry. He said, I've checked them out and their rooms look amazing. That's what we're about.
Enough said. Enough said.
Enough said, you know. Hello mate, you alright? Have you got any champagne in the box
No.
for a gift?
Told ya.
Fucking right.
Cesaralina, Cesaralina,
Can get champagne. Yeah, got it, mate. Look at this. Look, there was a load of dust on it. She was like rubbing it off, and I was like, if you rub it any harder, it's gonna pop. This champagne is for our estate agent.
Okay.
Well, is he not our estate agent, but he's an estate agent, basically ours. And it's just a little thank you to say, nice one for bringing us deals, mate. So yesterday we completed on the Calvert Road project. We're going to get that started pretty quickly. We're just picking up the keys today from the estate agent. Got the champagne. Let's go.
Got the goods. Really happy, just come back from holiday. We've just started a new project, so that's well on its way, about 2-3 weeks in now. And today we've just picked up the keys to yet another property. So hopefully we'll get started on this one very soon as well.
You me duck, got one of my rooms all flooded with gold. I done bought 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carat in stones. Cash on the California cash, can't wait to go dress my home. Smash all you itty bitty rappers in a minute, I've been showing the prolong. On the way to reach my goals, lot of those open and close. I've been spending millions on clothes.
So we got this project in online auction. It was very successful, got it for an absolute steal. We're in here now, just got the keys to it, we're just checking it out. And we're just finishing up on the plans so we can get going and start building on it. This is going to be a 6, potentially a 7-bedroom HMO. So let's see how we get on. I'm confident that we can get the 7. So let's see.
I've been spending millions on clothes, I've been making millions off clothes. Staying new money to the old, garbage stay bitches and old. Cut up my shirt full of holes.
So here, there's no fascia board. So if you look at this extension, the extension is obviously newer than the main part of the house. It's got a fascia board and the soffit that comes off. So if we can gain that extra like 200, so when you're here with a pre-app, we can get that extra 200, then it means we need a lot less stills. We like to do all our extensions under permitted development. Permitted development has specific rules, but it allows you to just crack on and build. You don't need to ask the council for any permission as long as you play within the rules that they set out. Now, normally properties have like a fascia board on them which comes off the wall like that. So then the 200mm that you need to step a loft extension in is 200mm from the edge. But we don't have that edge, we just have the wall. So we're coming 200 mil from here. So it means we can't build on the inside of that brick wall. So we need to support the loft extension away from that wall. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to build. We had to put some steel beams in from party wall to party wall. But obviously we're going to have a staircase going up into the loft. So that also adds into it. So yeah, if we can speak to the planning department, get that fascia added in as well. I can't see it being a massive issue. There's a fascia there anyway, and that will help us out massively.
Shout out my cousin, my kin, my blood, my boat. Hold my tin, I plant the seed, give it water to grow.
So we're extending the loft.
Yeah.
But we're also going to come out here and infill this section.
So are these drains going to be an issue?
Yeah, slightly. This one looks like it's coming in this direction, so it should only be taking our drains from our house, which means we can do whatever we want with it. But this here, that's going to be the main drain running underneath the building and supplying the drainage for this whole road.
How do you know that's the main drain?
Because it goes that way. So normally, whatever way the cover sits is the way the drain is flowing. So if we lift that up, I guarantee that drain will go left to right. Look at that, bang on the money. I've done this before. So by building close to this, we might need a build over agreement. I'll need to check how far the extension comes out, and if we do need that, I can get that in play now before we get started with the builders.
€500,000 in a third world country, I travel the coast. Always say that I want it, you don't want it, and then I do what they do.
So we just picked up our banner, which is going to go on the hoarding outside our development. Just a bit of advertisement and to let people know that there's an A&E property coming soon here. So let's check it out.
I'm not that cocky, it's just my branding. That's why I'm that man can't stand him, but her legs shaking and she's not standing. I ain't tryna be like them, no, I'm only tryna be like I ain't tryna feed this hype, so tell me.
So we've got this banner, so we're going to put it on the hoarding. So now everyone will know that there's going to be an A&E HMO built within this property. Not that they don't already know that, because we had a planning application submitted and 60 of the neighbours clubbed together. They wrote a news article about us, all in uproar. So I'm pretty sure that they already know that, but if they didn't, then they do now.
I don't break promise, pinky. I love, but the girl so stingy. She got think that the girl can't pick me. Grabbing my throat while the girl so kinky. Start up, but the boy don't smoke it. No rapper that's call my boys. Don't say I'm the best and you know I'll show it. Eat my flowers, sound like Lotus. Don't care if he's used to chat, man. I'll go robbing my booth, gone Batman. Spit some more and I might go platinum. Boy, 10 goes to my road on Pac-Man.
Just got a few bits to drop off to this site. We're in the final touches now. Dumbbells for the gym. So I didn't have the car lowered, it was just naturally lowered all this way in the back. So just got to put these out, got some picture frames and stuff like that. Just fun little touches to put into the house, so we're going to go and do that now.
Yeah, heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the content, mate. I'll work, I'll bring it all in, alright?
Yeah, I'll record you each time just so we've got loads of takes.
Cheers, mate, thank you. I've got a viewing to go to, mate. I'll see you in a bit.
Oh, see you later, mate.
Yeah.
So I've been searching for some deals and I've come across this piece of land online and it's going to auction. So I thought I'd come and have a look at it just to see if there's anything which I may have missed on the desktop study. Have a look at drain locations and just get a feel for it really and see if what I intended to put here would be possible, or if there's anything that I can see that may prevent that from happening. The idea is just to kind of replicate what's already on the land beside it really, just to see, just going to send it to a planning consultant and see if he thinks that that what I have in mind can be done, and to see if it's going to be a goer or not, and then I can start working out some numbers and see what I can pay for this land. But obviously there's going to be potential overlooking issues and stuff like that, and I'm not 100% sure if the sizes will work yet, so yeah, we'll see. So drain cover here, as Aaron pointed out in the previous video, this looks like it's running in this direction, which should be fine. What we wouldn't want is it to run straight through the site where we want to build, because if we have to move that drain that could become very costly as well. Something I also did want to check when looking at it on desktop, it looks like there's lots of trees here. However, one photo I saw that they're cut down, so I wanted to see what the site's like now, and as you can see, it's all been cut down. However, that could present a potential issue because of biodiversity net gain. They can actually look back and see if there was trees here before, and if there was, then they may ask us to, we basically need to increase that density by about 10%, so could potentially be an issue, because obviously if we fill it with houses, there's not going to be enough space to plant more trees than what was here originally, which means we'll have to then pay for credits for that to be done off-site, which can be very costly. So it's something that we have to factor in, something that we have to be cautious of and look into.
So we had a call that there's a leak in one of the basements of one of our properties. I said, get to the main stopcock. There should be like a little label on there to identify what it is. The tenant sent me a video. That's the main stopcock to shut the water off of the house, and then it goes this way into the house. The leak is here. Mate, you can't make this up. So then I said, turn off the water at the main road. The stopcock outside doesn't work. So some water on their way out to attend, they need to shut the water off on the road, and then we can then isolate this problem, get it repaired. Plumber's already been on site, so he's ready to get everything he needs. And I'm just walking around in puddles and my feet are getting wet.
So just on my way to view a property which I've been looking at online. It's going to auction, very large property, lots can be done with it. I've got a meeting with my planning consultant today as well, in regards to it. So really excited to have a look at it in the flesh and see if we can do something spectacular with it. So we just had a positive pre-app with the council on our latest project, which we picked up the keys to the other day. Their main concern was the parking, which tends to always be an issue. They've asked us to do a parking management plan and to restrict the amount of permits that our tenants can apply for up to around 3, which we should enforce. That shouldn't be an issue, as most of our tenants don't tend to drive anyway. One concern from us was the fascia and soffits, which we don't have on the main part of the building to the rear. And that's because when building our dormer to permit development rules, we need a 200mm step in from that point. And without it, it means that we're gonna have to support the exterior dormer wall on some stills, which is gonna be a lot more costly. But they've allowed us to build that fascia and soffit out, which helps with that 200mm, meaning it saves us money and also means that we can have a bigger bedroom to the top as well. So overall, that's very positive. We can now go ahead and submit our full planning app, get that accepted and crack on with the build. So happy days. So I've been to view both of these sites and I've had a meeting with my planning consultant not long ago, which was very positive. The next step now is to do more analysis on these sites. I'm going to do a best case and a worst case scenario based on the schemes that he proposed, just to make sure that I'm minimizing the risk so I can come up with an offer figure. After I've spoken with a couple of other planning consultants, I'll be ready with that figure, and hopefully we'll be able to acquire these sites. So we've got a big push today, got a lot of videography going on. We have got a few friends coming down from Oxford as well, which are coming to see the HMO, and I'm just going to teach them a bit about property, which will be good. And then we're actually staying in the property tonight. We're going to test it out and see how everything works, see if it functions well, and we're going to go out for a celebration. We're going to take the boys out locally to us, just have a bit of a celebration, have a laugh, which would be great. So we're just at Asda at the moment, going to pick up a few bits, and then we're going to crack on. I actually got a call at 2 AM last night. The cleaner said that they was cleaning ready for today, and one of the water pipes burst, which was just sent my anxiety through the roof.
That bit's actually went through the holes of my Crocs, so if you've got Crocs, you know how deep that is. Filled up a whole bucket too. It was like this.
But we've managed to fix it, and it's all okay. We've got a plumber coming out this morning to fix the pipe. Luckily it was only in the basement, so the basement's all flooded, but it shouldn't affect any photos or videos that we've got. But we do need that fixed as soon as possible, because obviously we're going to have a full house there tonight. Analyzations. Just waiting for small girls to get here so we can get some shots of them chopping up in the kitchen where they should be.
Yeah, that's it! Yeah, take about 2 weeks.
And how long they've been in?
About 4 months.
Alright. Apparently the basement's flooded.